Good morning. So, last day today, before we go home tomorrow. So I need to get these last two purlins in on this side, but obviously I need to address the situation of this. So this would have been the old doorway. They used to store grain up the top here. So they had this doorway and there was a doorway around on the front of the roof. But obviously this is going to be our master bedroom. Then in here will be our ensuite and walk-in wardrobe. So this doorway is only 5 foot, and as you can see, it's falling down. The other thing is how it was built before. When the rafters come down, it came through the actual doorway itself, so which obviously is no good for us. So our only option we've got is we need to move this doorway over by about 1.5 feet. I have to move it over 1.5 feet to get a little bit extra on the top. We can get to about sort of 5.5 feet. I'm going to put a step in at the bottom, so then somebody a bit taller will be fine then coming through. All these bits of timber obviously all need to come out, but I have got some oak to put in place. So plan is take all that stone down, move this doorway, take all the stone down this side, put some oak in at the top, then we put the stone at the top. The other problem we've got is that the oak beam that holds the roof up next door is supported right in the middle of that doorway. So the first thing I need to do is build an A-frame to support that. And then once I get all my oak in on this doorway and start building up the stone, I'll then release that beam back onto the stonework itself. I've only used inch beams, bits of wood at the top there, supporting that beam. I'm going to go a lot thicker than that. I'm probably going to put in oak, that's going to be 3-4 inches thick. So hopefully it'll last another 100 years plus. And then we're going to get these two purlins in. So that's quite a lot to do in a day. But I ain't got no choice, it's got to be done, but I'll get as much done as I can. Because the next time I'm over will be in 4 weeks, which is when the rafters are going on, and then we're going to retile the roof in 3 days. So I can't do that until I got this done. So wish me luck. So I thought I'd just show you from this side. It's that beam that I was saying about. So this oak beam holds all this roof up this side. Obviously joins onto all the part of the roof up there. But it is just sitting on this wall that I need to move over. So just made up this A-frame just to support that beam, just whilst I then obviously get all that stonework and everything all removed. There is obviously each one of these rafters that's left up there that is supporting that beam. It's pulling it obviously upwards as well. So I've got those pulling upwards. I've got my one supporting it from underneath, and I've wedged it in there really tight as well. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere. There's not really a lot of weight on it. It's just because obviously there's no roof on it. So there is no weight pushing down on it. It's just its own weight really. So it's not too bad. I have got to, once I get in the stonework, I'm just going to just trim off the end of it. As you can see, just the end where it's poking through the wall. It's obviously got a bit of rot in there, but I'm going to just come back a good 8-10 inches. There's still going to be loads of it in the wall, so I'm not worried about that, but I'll get that cut once I've got this wall off. So now we need to start taking all these stones off and getting all this ripped out. amazing part is, this is 300 years old, this property. Now the way they used to build it was, the walls are 3 foot thick, and it was just stone and wet clay soil. The weight of the stone is what held it up. What they then used to do on the outside to waterproof it was do a line render. So that does strengthen the stones from the outside stones to each other, and it also protects it so stop water getting in there to wash all the soil out. So some of this soil that I'm taking out now hasn't seen the light of day for 300 years, which is quite amazing to think, you know, this I'm doing something, well, trying to repair, obviously restore what was there originally that's lasted all this time. I'll give you a bit of a close-up of what I'm doing. So this wall is coming back to here, straight down, and then I'm going to build this wall further here. There's going to be, so there's a piece of wood on here, on this stone. There's stone there, stone there. These are going to come down a little bit lower, and then what's going to happen then is you're going to have a step in the middle and then a step again to then come down. I'm getting this front section done first, so I can then put my oak in over the top and down, just to give me a bit of support in, because obviously it's a bit precarious up there. But obviously I'm only going up to this height, and then I can then just build all that up with stone. So if I put my oak in, I can then start building all that up, get all that side all strengthened up, and then I can then take down the last part of the other side of the roof. Once that's all strengthened itself up, that then hold itself. So the main thing is obviously just to get this section out, so I can then crack on with these oak beams and get this wall built back up.